As quickly as you can, snatch the pebbles from my hand. When you take the pebble from my hand, it will be time for you to leave.
Now stand to greet your sensei, Sweet Tooth Jones.
Right on. That's what I'm saying. Somebody grab you by the shirt, you're like, what up? Show them you ain't playing. Karate. Protecting your body. Super bad. Lottie-dottie. Step to the left. Step to the right. Like it's all right. Yeah.
A lot of that actually translates now into fighting. I did competitive gymnastics my whole life. I cheered. I was varsity cheerleading, varsity soccer freshman year at high school. Competed heavily, and so that work ethic really translated, because the fight game is different. It takes it's not just athletic ability, but it's mental strength, and it's all these other components that come into it that just don't have to do with your physical attribute.
What's up, Dragons? It's your boy RoyRob. I sat down with my homie DesAcray. I got a special one coming, so get ready. But before we do that, let's pay some bills. This week's episode is brought to you by Logic Martial Arts. If you are in the St. Louis area and you're interested in learning self-defense, you can reach Brian Davis with Logic Martial Arts at 618-304-9568. Now, let's get into some martial arts. Welcome back. I am here, your host, RoyRob. Welcome, Dragons, all of you out there. I have a special one coming your way. I am excited to announce a very good friend of mine all the way from St. Louis, Missouri, living now on the West Coast, and she'll get into a lot of that. But welcome to Enter the Last Dragon. Welcome, DesAcray. What's up, Des?
Hey, what's up, homie?
How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Just working and grinding and fighting and all kind of crazy stuff.
Oh wow. So yeah. I always ask first. This is the first thing you have to tell me. What is your fighting name? Everyone has a name.
So I'm gonna put a little shout out. To my friend Maya back all the way in the day in high school. She called me DesAcray. And she called me Cray because I'm kind of crazy, And I told my team that one day, and they're like, you know what? We're going to call you DesAcray.
Hey, that's live. DesAcray, that's live.
Yeah. It's kind of funny because I was like Cray before Cray became Cray. You know what
Right. Cray. Hey, everybody knew that. I put some karate, Cray. I got you. I love it. Yeah. All right, so tell us who you are. All right, so my listeners are very familiar with the fighters. You're the first female fighter on the show. Shout out to you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So tell me, so you won't be the last. You will always have a place in a home or Enter the Last Dragon. But tell us about you. Who are you? Where are you from? Let's know some things.
Yeah, so I'm pretty much a unicorn, I'd say. I grew up in St. Louis, Missouri. I went to Lindbergh High School. My dad is from Missouri. He was in Marine. He's an ex-Marine, Special Forces. My mom is from the Philippines, who lives in California, where I am at now. And she's the epitome of starting from nothing and just building something great. And she's a huge motivation to me. So I spent my life in California growing up just back and forth. And in 2013, I decided to pick up and move out to California, just start fresh. And it's been a journey for the last 6-7 years, but I picked up Muay Thai probably 3 years ago and kickboxing. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm a financial advisor at Morgan Stanley, and I have a pretty progressive team out here, and got a little guy who's 8. Also introducing him into jiu-jitsu and martial arts, which he really loves it.
Awesome.
And man, I'm just doing my thing. I'm fighting. I'm coming up here November 23rd. I'm going to fight in San Diego for a second title. I'm ready to rock it, man. I've been working hard.
That's awesome. November when, and what's the name of the fight card? Tell me all of that.
Yeah, so I'm not familiar with this card. I can't give you the name, the promotion offhand. But it is November 23rd in San Diego, and my coach told me today, actually, he's going to secure the opponent this week. It'll be for a U.S. atomweight title.
Okay.
I currently hold one with Lion Fight, which is a pretty big promotion in the Muay Thai world. And I won that in Vegas at the atomweight at 112.
Nice.
And so I'm going to go for another belt. And then next year I might go for the world title and go pro. And we'll not, you never know, glory, something maybe on the horizon. I don't know.
Hey, you could do it. So I have never so my background has always been Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, but I've always seen the Muay Thai fighters because my school and Team Vagi has always been Muay Thai fighters with just learning MMA. And so it's very interesting to know how tough, like you see movies about it, but Muay Thai fighters are so freaking tough. Now, how did you get into kickboxing and freaking Muay Thai? What the heck?
Yeah. It's a pretty interesting story. And I'm a Christian and my root faith and I believe everything happens for a reason. And I kind of just fell on it and it just came into my life. And this gym that I go to is called Combat Sports Academy. Mm-hmm. Very large, one of the top striking gyms in the U.S., right? In North America, we've got UFC fighters, Bellator fighters, jiu-jitsu. I mean, it's just a really great place. And I learned about the CrossFit team from my friend. And so he was like, yeah, come through. Like, let's do this. And I'm like, yeah, I'm down. At the time, I was going to do a competition body comp.
Yeah.
And the owner was like, yo, Des, like, your son does jiu-jitsu, like, you should do a boxing class. He's like, let me hold for you. And I was like, all right. So he held for me a few times. He's like, yeah, you're kind of good. I don't know. Like, I've cheered my whole life, like soccer. I'm like, not that kind. Like, I'm the kind that, like, I don't fuck with you if you don't fuck with me, kind of, excuse my language, right? And
you good, yeah.
He was just like, you should try this out. So I said, you know what? I'm going to try it out. And then next thing you know, like, I'm fully immersed. And I fought probably my first year a few times. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to take it to the next level. I'm just going to give it 100%, And 3 years later, here I am. I was undefeated until my last fight a couple months ago in Vegas. I fought a really tough opponent. She was like 30 fights deep.
Amateur still 30 fights. What?
Yeah, she was a boxer and she's just a tough chick, man. And it was great. It was a good challenge for me, and like honestly, I needed it to take it to the next level.
I feel that.
But that's kind of how I got into it, man. And I just said, you know what, I'm gonna just do this then.
That's excellent. Good for you. So now I have about what you've experienced. Is this your first martial arts in general? Have you trained anything prior to this?
Never. I have never, ever trained anything.
Did you play sports in high school?
I did. I was really competitive in the sports. And I think a lot of that actually translates now into fighting. I did competitive gymnastics my whole life. I cheered. I was varsity cheerleading, varsity soccer freshman year at high school. Competed heavily, and so that work ethic really translated, because the fight game is different. It takes it's not just athletic ability, but it's mental strength, and it's all these other components that come into it that just don't have to do with your physical attributes,
That's a nugget. So Into the Last Dragons out there, check out what she just said. She talked about other components other than just your physical, the mental. There's also the understanding of your opponent. There's all these different components, more than just how good your endurance is, or how physically strong or your attributes are, or even just the knowledge of what you're doing, right? So go a little bit into that. Like, how did you decide you wanted to have your first fight? Like, what happened?
Yeah. Well, my coach is I have to say my coach I owe a lot of my success to him, because he pushes me in ways that I can't even thank him enough, because a lot of times it's like, Des, we're going to do this. Everybody can get it. Like, we've trained, we've done the work, we've put it all in, and there's nothing more that you can learn, you know, in this time frame that we haven't already prepared for. Right. And at this juncture right now, you are where you need to be, and you have to believe in your mind that's where you are, right? Mm-hmm. And we have this whole mentality at the gym. It's fuck fear, no fear, or no fear, but fuck fear, right? And seriously, we have like shirts, and there are these logos, and it's great. And yeah, you have to be aware of fear, but you can't let it overcome you. And we have a guy, he's like a hypnotic like healer. And he will say, like, look fear in the face and say, fuck you, you know, like, I got this. And it's weird, because I competed. Can you hear me? Sorry.
Yes, it's okay.
Okay. Every time I've ever competed, I've always never thought about the act of competing or performing until I stepped in the ring. I mean, I literally tried to remove from my brain, I'm scared, I can't do this, doubt myself, whatever, until I step in the ring and I turn every single fight. I look at my coach and I say, are we about to do this? And he laughs. And I don't know what it is, but it's just a thing. I turn, and that's how I deal with it, you know?
Yeah.
I try not to psych myself out or overthink about my emotions or whatever. And it really, my last fight I had, man, it had a lot to do with how I performed my last 2 rounds, where I needed to really, and you look back and you're like, wow, like, I shouldn't have done that, or I should have done this. But, you know, you can't dwell on that stuff either and let it affect the next journey. So yeah, it takes a lot. It takes a lot. And people, we have amazing athletes in my gym. I mean, some world title, world champions, and some things that they go through is crazy to me, because when I look at them, I'm like, you're so amazing. Right. And you're so talented. But yet we all have our own doubts about ourselves and our own weaknesses. And you got to learn how to get over it. And it's hard. It's hard.
How is the culture at your wonderful? Cali has the best weather. It's not even fair. So, but I can imagine people a little bit happier. Yes, kind of happy all the time. How's the culture at the gym?
For sure. I would say, I mean, it's a melting pot. A lot of people, it's hard to find people that are actually from California, local, you know, born and raised native Californians. But I truly understand why people don't leave this state, because there's so much to do. There's so many great things. There's so many ways to live your life better. And I would say just moving from Missouri to California, like just like, you know, fried chicken, greens, you know, all this good southern food, and being out here and like, you know, the green section is like this small. So yeah, people are more about holistic living, and I think that makes you a little happier too when you're more conscious about what you put in your body and how you treat yourself. And it's a pretty dope vibe out here. Yeah, it's a pretty dope vibe.
So what about the gym culture?
Oh, so the gym culture, yeah, I think that translates. I mean, we have people from all over the world that come to our gym. We have Kanako, who came here from Japan, and she trains here. We have people from Thailand. And so we are super welcoming, right? The ethic there too is like, you got to grind. Like, you got to grind. And if you don't grind, you're not going to get the respect. Right. And people see that, you know what I mean? But if you work hard and you're a grinder, you know, you get all love. And I would say that we have one of the largest women's team in most of these gyms out here, and that there's a lot of politics in that, but I would say it's super strong as far as like how we support each other. And the women are just so great and great athletes, and the guys come from all over and they get their ass whipped by us too, so it's all so great.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
But yeah, man, we have fun. The culture is good and shit, and we uplift each other. And when things, I mean, it's a family, you know. It's truly, I would say, a little family.
Do you find it or really have you heard any of your counterparts, any of your female counterparts telling you other cultures is just that great, you know what I mean? Where you can, like, what was the other experiences of the lady who came from Japan? Do you notice the difference, the things there? Because I wonder is, like, even though the sport has evolved for mixed martial arts, for martial arts in general, Muay Thai, all the above, there's still sexism out there. And it would be nice to have a perspective from that for a lot of those female listeners that might tune in now today to say, I'm interested in fighting too, but these are the things I probably should look out for, the things I should think about. So it'd be good to hear it from your perspective.
Sure. And I'll give it to you really raw, right? Because people know Des, I don't have a filter, right? And
right.
I don't give a fuck. That's one thing about me. And so, yeah, I would say this. It is hard for women fighters out here. The UFC is great. They have a lot of really good athletes, and I would say there is a part of the entertainment side that's there, right? And sometimes your athletic ability, I'm trying to think how to say this. Sometimes your athletic ability doesn't always matter because you might be a cute girl. That's not to say everybody does that, and that's the entire culture of a female fighter, because I feel like I'm cute, but I'll still whoop your ass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, but it exists. It does exist. And I would say that if you're a woman and you're in this industry, I would get some guidance, from someone that you can trust to help you navigate how to get fights and what promotions to go for and how to get paid and what does that look like. And, and I give my coach big props, man, because we have a huge women's team and he looks out for all of us. And I would say too that, you get into it's a very touchy sport too, right? So when you're a female and you're maybe rolling or, you're wrestling or whatever, you become attracted to these people because you're in contact with them all the time. But I would say to the ladies out there that focus on the end goal, focus on why you're actually there, because there's a lot of good looking guys and there's a lot of, you know what I mean? And you don't want to develop that, you don't want to be that girl. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because word travels fast and you want people to respect you for your athletic capability instead of your sex appeal.
Right.
Now, granted, sex appeal is a big part of it, man. I mean, my coach even, like sex sells, and that's why our gym is so popular. Girls are hot. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, he keeps us grounded, man. Like I'm telling you, like there's been some people through and he'll be like, hey, I just want you to know, and he'll keep us in check. So you don't always have that. They don't always have that at every gym. Yeah.
So, and then what about like a person who is just starting out? What would you want you to say to yourself day one before you got into it? What is some wise words that you would give your day one self?
Put your head down and grind. I said, put your head down and grind. That's it.
That's real.
That's it. I truly believe you don't focus on anything else that's around you. You don't focus on the politics. You don't focus on the drama, because there is drama, I mean, it's a family. You have people around you and they affect your life. And I would say, who cares what anybody thinks? Who cares if you're an amateur? Who cares if you know nothing? If you just put your head down, grind, focus on getting better, right? The guy that does 10,000 reps of one kick is going to become an expert at that one kick instead of that person that does 10,000 of 10 different things, mixed up.
Yeah.
So you have to focus on one thing at a time, perfect it, move on, implement it, put your head down and grind. And that's it.
I love that you said that. That was another jewel. Okay. She said one focus, concentrate. Dragons out there. That is an amazing jewel she just gave you. I would say your favorite move has to be that dang on front kick. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Just the
Beast
team,
mode.
baby.
Beast mode, beast mode, beast mode. Is that your favorite? Is that your favorite move?
Yeah. It's become kind of my signature thing. Yeah. I don't know why. My coach was just like, wow, you do this really good and you need to keep practicing it. And so at home, at the gym, it's just rep on rep on rep on rep. And it is one of the best underutilized tools, I think, in MMA also, because people get scared of getting taken down, right?
Yeah.
But it's because they're not doing it properly. But it is one of the most underutilized tools, I believe. If you're dealing with an aggressive fighter, if you're dealing with somebody that, you know, you want to control a situation, that is a perfect tool. And yeah, I'm proud of my team. You know,
what do you call it? What did you call it? You call it a T?
Yeah, TEEP.
Okay, T. Okay.
And you can teep the leg, you can teep the shoulder, you can teep the stomach. You know, there's many ways you can use the teep. You can use it from an offensive, a defensive. It's a great tool.
It reminds me of a jab, like for boxing. It reminds me of the jab. Like I see you backing people up, like boom, boom. Yeah. And I'm like, oh my God, she's like using her leg. Me up.
Yep. Yeah, it's a great tool. And I've frustrated a lot of people with that tool. You know, I mean, they're like, oh, you're doing this on purpose. Well, yeah, I'm doing it on purpose. And, you know, in fights, especially in the amateur world, because girls come in hot, you know what I mean? They come in hot. And so I use that a lot of times to be like, whoa.
Yeah, slow down. Yeah.
You ain't in control. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I've flown girls across the ring, and that's fun. Like, wow. I mean, it's a kind of cool feeling. So yeah.
So Dragons, I have something special. I have to know that, but I was a fan of Jean-Claude Van Damme, so I would watch a lot of his stuff. And Kickboxer was, of course, one of my favorite movies. But there was a ritual, and I think a lot of people who don't know about the ritual that happens inside the ring, it'd be a good time to hear from someone who's actually practiced it. I saw you showcase it. I've seen it on Instagram. Shout out to your marketing. You do an excellent job on that on IG. But anyway, tell my listeners about this ritual. What is that?
Yeah, so I think what you're referring to is called a Y crew. And in Thailand, they're very, very superstitious people, right? Not so much religious, but spiritually, they're very superstitious. And so it's kind of a dance that you do before you fight. And it gives homage. It gives homage to your gym. It gives homage to your coach. It gives homage to whatever you may believe in up above, right? Before you fight. It's nice. A sign of respect. And there's not one really way that you have to do your Y crew. Some gyms have a Y crew, especially for their gym and for their crew. And some people do it because they have fancy ones to intimidate, essentially, their opponent. And but more so, you want to cleanse the ring. It's a great time for you to warm up also your body and kind of get the nerves out. And so that's really what it is. Everybody's is different, right?
Yeah.
Some people will walk around the ring and they will go to their opponent's side and stomp on their side. And they're like, oh, shit. Like, they're very visible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And in traditional Thai fights, the Y crew can be kind of long. But here in America, they've shortened it down dramatically because it takes too much time between fights. But I try to do something special, just what means to me. And yeah, it's a really cool process. And there's special music that goes with it, traditional Thai music. And some people find it very annoying, but for me, it's very therapeutic. So yeah, that's what it is. And yeah, another one thing too that you do when you do your Y crew is you have a mongkong, and it's kind of like a headband that you wear. And you wear the mongkong. It's given to you by your crew, by your coach. And it symbolizes, you know, the journey that you've gone through in the Muay Thai. Some of them are really extravagant. And once you do your Y crew, you come back to your coach. He kind of prays over you, takes it off, and then you're ready to fight.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Excellent definition. I think I might, when I'm editing this, I might have somebody actually doing it. Maybe I can get yours and I can get you going around the ring. That'd be awesome. That'd be great. That'd be great. Yeah. So tell us more now about what's next. Like you told me, you're a mom. You got a wonderful son that you're exposing to this beautiful art of martial arts. Thank God moms out there like you exist. Because my mom was that same way. I got exposed as a young kid. You are a business professional. You great teammates and a great place to work out. So tell us what's next. What do you think?
Yeah, man. I'm not a picture, and I'm building my business, and you know, at times I want to give up and I'm tired, and you know, there's a lot that goes in that people don't realize, and I would say to anybody, you can definitely do it. There's a lot of struggle that goes in, and sometimes I'm like, you know what, maybe I should put this on the break. But I've recently got another kind of breath of motivation, right? I've been praying a lot and saying to myself, giving myself some motivation, and I think you know, I might take this pro. I might take the kickboxing and the Muay Thai pro and see where it takes me, you know, YOLO.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Hey, you have
my wrestling, though, like I would say, the wrestling is all right. And so I'm
automatically a fan.
Hey, I don't know. So, you know, I might just dabble. I've been dabbling a little bit, and I don't know if MMA is in the future. I think I could do it if I really wanted to. But, you know, I think I'm definitely going to go pro for sure.
That's awesome.
MMA, I'm not sure. Yeah, MMA, I'm not sure, man. My passion is in the kickboxing and the stand-up and the punching in the face and stuff. But, you know, you never know, man.
You never know. All right, so what I would love to do, I think it would be so cool if we can have a series. You have a fight in November. Is that correct?
Yes.
We're gonna find that information. I'm gonna post it in the show notes. But I would like to follow your journey some more. I would like to get you regularly involved inside of Enter the Last Dragon in some capacity, because I think your story is amazing. People need the opportunity to peel back the layers of you, and I think it would be great if you wouldn't mind sharing more of your story. You're an inspiration from people like me back home, and I know you're an inspiration to other women who want to be in the sport and kick butt, who look beautiful like you, who kick butt too, right? So how can my followers follow you? Where do they follow you at? IG, Facebook, all the above?
Yeah, so I'm on Facebook. I don't have too much of a presence. Honestly, I like to keep that towards home. Like, you know, all my St. Louis folks, I really like to stay connected on Facebook and family. But I'm on Instagram, DesiLu_Limon. So that's DESILU_LIMON. And you can follow me. You can follow my gym. A lot of other inspirational people out there that, you know, you can get some good stuff from. And yeah, I have a pretty good presence there. So whatever questions, anything, holla at me.
The information will be in the show notes. I'll have all that. DesAcray is in the building. Welcome to the End of the Last Dragon. Thank you so much for joining us. And we're going to do part 2 after this fight. We're going to get it going, and we're going to keep this going. All right?
All right. Hopefully I bring that bell home.
Right. That's right. You will. I got faith in you. Hey, thanks for coming on. End of the Last Dragon. Signing out.